When I was younger, I used to watch all those high school movies where the new girl finds her place, makes friends, maybe even falls in love. I believed high school would be magical, a fresh start. But when I walked through the gates of Northridge High, I didn't know I was stepping into the darkest chapter of my life. My name is Kayla Rivers, and this is how my nightmare began. We had just moved into a smaller apartment across town. My dad was gone, my mom worked nights, and I was left with my sketchbook, my hoodie, and a tight knot of anxiety in my stomach. I didn't know anyone at Northridge. I didn't want to. I just wanted to survive. On my first day, I found a quiet hallway and tried to blend in. But the moment I dropped my sketchbook, everything changed. My drawings scattered across the floor. Private things, portraits, poems, pages of thoughts I never intended anyone to read. A group of students laughed, took pictures, and walked away. By lunchtime, those images were trending in a group chat called Ridge Roast. I didn't even have to join the group to know what was being said. The stares told me everything. I sat alone for the rest of the week. I stopped drawing. I stopped speaking. Then came the notes. One day I opened my locker and saw a sticky note that read, "Your voice matters." The next day, "They don't define you," and then, "Keep drawing." For a moment, I thought someone cared. Maybe a teacher, maybe someone who understood, but I couldn't imagine who. I started sketching again in secret. At night, at lunch in the library. It was my escape. Until my art teacher, Mr. Dean, saw me drawing and asked me to submit a piece for the school showcase. I said no, I wasn't ready. But he saw something in me I didn't. At home, things weren't much better. Mom was always tired. She barely spoke, and when she did, it was about bills or work. We were like two strangers passing in the night. I missed her. I missed who we used to be before Dad left. Sometimes I'd write letters to the old version of me, the one who believed in magic, the one who didn't flinch at loud noises. A few weeks later, Savannah, the most popular girl in school, found my old journal, the one I thought I lost. She read it. She laughed at it. And then she posted snippets of it online. Lines like, "I wish I could disappear. Maybe if I was prettier, they'd stop." I became the center of attention again, but not in the way I wanted. I cried in the bathroom for what felt like hours. My head on my knees, the journal in pieces. That day, I considered never going back. But something strange happened. When I returned, someone had taped my sketch to the artboard anyway. The one I never submitted. A drawing of a faceless girl surrounded by shadows. It had a caption under it in someone else's handwriting. "See her. Don't judge her." Mr. Dean nominated me for an inter-school art competition. I didn't think I had a chance, but he insisted. I stayed up late every night for a week. Drawing, erasing, drawing again. It was the most alive I'd felt in months. On the day of the event, I wore my hoodie, tucked my sketchbook under my arm, and walked into a room full of strangers. I didn't win, but people noticed my work. A judge said my piece gave them chills. Savannah apologized, not because she had to, but because after hearing me speak at the school's mental health awareness assembly, she saw me differently. That speech? It took everything out of me. I told them the truth, that words can kill, that silence is a scream, that every face in the hallway has a story. After that, things didn't magically become perfect, but I had allies. I had peace. I had me. I joined a youth art program downtown. I painted murals, I wrote poems, I even spoke at a few events. My mom started smiling again. One night she came into my room, looked at a sketch I was working on, and said, "I'm proud of you." It was all I ever wanted to hear. Today, I help other teens share their stories. We write, we draw, we speak, because I believe every nightmare has a light switch, and sometimes you just have to be the one brave enough to flip it on. My name is Kayla Rivers, and I survived high school, not just with grades, but with grace.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and click on the share button. And always stay tuned for more stories like this.